We all know the Titanic sank a century ago after hitting an iceberg, but that may not be the entire story. According to the New York Times, two new theories blame unusual weather conditions for the accident.
One of those theories says that mirages may have made it very hard for the crew to see the icebergs. Willem Marx is in Southampton, England, where the Titanic set sail 100 years ago this very day. Willem, good morning, hello, and welcome to you.
Good morning, Gail. On these docks in 1912, such a disastrous end to the story was unthinkable, as thousands of Southampton residents gathered here to launch the biggest, fastest, most luxurious cruise ship in the world.
If live fast and die young is the key to an enduring legacy, 5 days was all it took for Titanic to become one of the most iconic images of the modern age.
As new generations get into Titanic research and do rummaging through records that are only now becoming available, I think the story of Titanic is going to continue well into the future.
But RMS Titanic was a celebrity even before she sank. Built in Belfast, Ireland by Harland & Wolff for cruise giant's White Star Line, she was a triumph of engineering and the limitless ambition of the times. The Ship of Dreams was the largest floating vessel of her day and the hottest ticket in town when, on the 10th of April 1912, she set sail on her maiden voyage for New York from Southampton in England, a city ravaged by the disaster that followed.
No single community was more devastated by the Titanic disaster than Southampton. Local memorials show that this is a city 100 years on, still keen to commemorate residents who lost their lives. So we look at this wall, there's hundreds of faces here. A lot of them in red from Southampton. How many of the men here, and women I suppose, would have died?
715 crew from Southampton went on the ship, 156 returned.
Titanic sailed out of Southampton and right into history.
Iceberg, dead ahead, sir!
Movies like A Night to Remember tell the story of sinking the unsinkable.
All right, open your eyes.
And James Cameron updated the story in 1997. Thanks to his intricate research, Titanic redefined the term blockbuster. The ship's final hours gave rise to classic movie scenes and many of the myths and legends that still stand today.
Women and children only!
Gunfights on the deck, while the band played on. In less than 3 hours, Titanic was gone.
Do not let go of my hand!
Of over 2,200 passengers and crew on board, less than a third made it to New York. It was 73 years before we saw Titanic again, 1985.
It's a boiler!
American explorer Dr. Robert Ballard revealed her watery grave.
The boiler, for me, was the signature image that told us we'd found the Titanic.
His discovery breathing new life into her story. And the stories of those who perished bubble to the surface.
Citizenary unfortunately died, but the clock stopped at exactly the time he hit the water. And subsequently, his body was found by crew members and his stopwatch was recovered.
These murky waters where Titanic's wreck lies frozen in time could hold enough stories to last another 100 years.
And the stories keep on coming. The other new theory as to why the ship sank involves the sun and moon in a freak alignment, causing extremely high tides, which in turn sent an unusually high number of icebergs into the ship's path.
Willem Marx reporting live from England. Thank you very much, Willem. I never saw the original movie, Charlie.
A Night to Remember?
No, I never saw it. Now I want to.
Indeed. It's amazing how the human stories continue to fascinate us.
100 years later.